there! Bob Oregon's Constant Garden. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show to you. My YouTube buddies, what's going on? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it after the show. But right now, let's just get into the show. Nectar for the God's nutrients. If you've been watching the show for a while, if you're dedicated to this, you're probably dedicated to the nutrient line as well. And if you are using Nectar for the God's nutrients, you're the 1% of gardeners. You are at the top tier of caring about your garden, about caring about results, about producing a quality crop. And so, this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about soil, which is an important thing because when you're using these nutrients, you're going to all this effort, all this expense to grow such a fine crop. You want to have your soil in a state with the pH level where it can uptake those nutrients into your plant. The soil is an important part of it. We've talked about this a lot. But in this video, a little clip I'm going to show you, Scott really talks about how you get your soil right from the start, especially if you're having a situation where you've got a higher pH level in your soil, bringing that down, but bringing it down in a way that is productive to your garden. So I think it's an interesting clip. I'd like you to watch it, and I'll talk to you after.
B-Man! Since winter is almost over and people like me are getting the itch to start some veggie plants indoors, putting soil slurry numbers, pH 6.9, 500 ppm, pH 6.9, ppm's 500. What would you recommend to bring pH down closer to 6.5? Hades down versus Gaia versus Herc. I am still looking through the old episodes to find the answer.
Well, thanks for giving me some options.
Yeah.
It's tough when you have high pH soil, which really 6.9 isn't too horribly, but for seed starting, I see the concern. You really want to be in that mid-6s. Yeah. So, I mean, I would get them planted. Check your pH of your water. If your water pH is above 7, that's going to keep a problem going for you. Mm-hmm. What I would do is just water them, like get a gallon of water, pH that down, and I'd use carbonated water.
Club soda, like
just
any kind of carbonated water,
non-flavored carbonated water.
Okay.
Again, it's carbonic acid. It's literally like a rainwater. That will treat your water, and then that water will go in and treat that 6.9 and help break down that high pH. But it won't slam it down. It will slowly kind of tick it down to where it's in a nice neutral state, and then you can just start feeding from there. If you want to go a different route, Gaia. That's out of those three, I would use Gaia because it'll bring your pH down. The organic acids in Gaia will help break down that calcium in the soil or the carbonate that's creating that higher pH.
And you would never use Hades.
I mean, not never, but I'd rather not just give them phosphoric acid when I can give them, liver and all the different food sources that we're trying to get to them.
And why the Gaia over the Herc?
Because it's more broad spectrum. There's feather meal in it, there's kelp, there's, Herc is bone meal. And it would do great for rooting and it would promote stuff, but you're trying to get a seedling to go and then take off with a food source.
Why not?
Gaia is going to be a more broad spectrum food for them to eat. But carbonated water, just for the seedling stage, will really help a lot without harming anything in the process. It's very gentle.
Okay, what do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful, useful, agree, disagree, comments, questions? What do you think about it? Let's talk about it. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCG Fam Show is pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.